Hey, it's me, TB, and today I'm going to bring you the Dilemmas of a Book Nerd tag. I was tagged by the Bookish Sock, and I will link her channel in the description below. I will also link the creator of this tag also in the description. So let's get started. 1. Book storage. How do you store and organize your books? I store them like you see them on the bookshelf. I also have books that I'm using as my tripod, which you can see on my Instagram, which is linked in the description below. I also have like a pile of books over there that's kind of small, a pile of books right here, and that my bookshelf is actually like double layered right now because I have like no space. So behind this layer, there's another layer right behind it, which I don't know if you can see. And I think every shelf is double layered at the moment. Like this one is. Again, I don't know if you can like see the books behind them. There's like another row of books behind the rows you do see right now. I think that's all the books I have like right here. I might have some at my house in Louisiana, but I doubt it because I took like 99% of them with me. So 2. Tracking. How do you keep track of what you have read and what books you own? I mean, again, these are all the books I own, kind of, so I can kind of look at them, but I also keep track on Goodreads. I think I have a shelf called I Actually Own, so I can like just go there and see directly what I own and what I don't own or whatever. So yeah, that's the only way I track them, I guess. And when it comes to like tracking what I've read, again, like I can kind of tell what I've read on this bookshelf because I've either owned these books for a really long time, so I have read them, or I haven't read them, and I just kind of know because they've been so long. They've been like so long on my shelves, or like they're relatively new, so I haven't read them at all. It's not really hard for me because I don't have a lot, or I don't have a lot compared to what I used to have. I got rid of a lot of books before I moved, so yeah. 3. Borrow. Do you lend your books out? No one's ever asked, so, well actually one person asked in like middle school because she wanted to borrow my copy of the Hunger Games, I think, and it returned in fine condition. I actually don't own the Hunger Games anymore. I thought I did, but it turns out I got rid of the books like a long time ago. 4. Buying. How do you buy or acquire books? I buy most of my books used online because I live in a small town in the Midwest, so like there aren't any bookstores near me, or if they're like near me, it's like 2 hours away. And like, well, I do love a deal. I'm not gonna drive like 2 hours, two hours one way to like buy anything, really, unless like I absolutely need it. I buy like most things I need from Amazon. I know the trash, but they ship everywhere, so I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do? I also use Book Depository a few times. I think I used Book Outlet once. I also buy books from eBay because you can sometimes find books cheaper on eBay than on Amazon. And then before I buy anything, I like kind of like checking on all of my like book buying sites, so I just like know what's cheapest. In my experience so far, Book Outlet is the cheapest, followed by eBay and then Amazon after. And Book Depository is like somewhere in the middle between eBay and Amazon. It just depends on the book, whether or not it's on sale. 5. Comments. How do you respond to the "how do you read so much" comment or similar comments? I haven't been asked that in many years, so I haven't had to respond to it. 6. Next book. How do you pick your next read? Well, I have TBRs. I'm trying to like stick to them because when I make a video about my TBRs, I feel like more compelled to stick to them. And usually I pick books that I kind of want to read anyway. Like I don't buy a book if I don't want to read it at some point. So I read it. So I kind of read it knowing I at one point wanted to read it, like in my autumn TBR. There are books I don't really want to read now. They were apparently appealed to me like 2 or 3 years ago, so I'm just going to trust myself on that, I guess. I mean, there are books I really want to read right now, but I just kind of like have to tell myself that they're always going to be here probably. So I kind of like read whatever is on my TBR, and then like read what I really want to at a later date. When it comes to like arcs of books I try to read them before they like come out, which doesn't always happen, which you'll find out later, but I try to read them before they're out. So like, I have the Furies and I want to read that like either next, like this week, or before October starts, so it's like, I can like review it on Goodreads and it's out before it comes out officially. But yeah, I only read something like ahead of my TBR if it's like an arc of some kind. 7. Travel. How do you pick what books you bring on vacation with you? I haven't gone on vacation in many years. Whenever I went on vacation in the past, I usually just brought like 2 or 3 books I wanted to read really badly at the time. Like, don't remember what books I brought with me because I haven't been on vacation in a very long time. And then like, I only brought like 1 suitcase with me because I was like a small child last time I went on vacation. So like, you can't like fit a lot of books in a suitcase because they're pretty fucking big and like closed for like extended periods of time. So I don't remember bringing a lot of books with me ever. 8. Annotate. Do you write or highlight or mark up your books in any way? It depends. If it's like a nonfiction, I usually do because it's nice to have like historical notes if I ever need to research for something. I do if I'm reading it for a class. Like I showed this off before, this book is from high school, so I don't annotate the same way. But like, I had to annotate for a class, but this is how I annotated then. I just kind of like mark off sections and comment on them. I think when I had to, for college, you cannot see it in this, but I like mark off with like pencil and I try to like shade a little section of it so I know like, look here for when you need to like write an essay about whatever. I also underline a few times, which again you can't really see, but I underline occasionally. I really only underline it like if it's nonfiction or if I have to read the book for a class of some kind. Because those essay topics are always so finicky and I don't have to reread a book like right away. So I just take notes. I don't have to like reread it again. 9. New or backlist. Which do you prefer, new releases or backlist books? I am a cheap bitch. So I prefer backlist because new books are expensive. The only books I'll ever buy new are probably books from authors I trust or that I really enjoy. I might buy books from author tubers in the future, like pre-order. Haven't really decided yet because this month I have like already spent my like free money to spend, so I'm kind of like SOL for this month. But I've thought about pre-ordering books from author tubers just because I know that pre-orders and stuff make a difference in like how your book charts and everything. So yeah. 10. Sequels. Do you read books as they are released or wait for an entire series to be published before reading one book? It depends on the series. If it's like an author's first book and like their first series or whatever, I'll usually wait to see how people respond to it. Because, okay, this is how I work with like most forms of media. I don't watch, read, or listen to anything when it's fresh because people tend to have very, like, not nostalgic, but very, it's new so I like it a lot opinion. If you wait like a few months after things have released, people are going to be more critical of it and actually will tell you like their real opinions and problems they had with it. Whereas like if a new show drops on Netflix, people are going to be praising it so much they aren't going to actually like say like this episode was bad. So just sit through it and it gets better later. And also if like a series is really popular, they usually get put into like a box set that you can buy for way cheaper. So I always say wait if it's like a popular series, wait for the box set or like a bind up because you can save a lot of money doing that. This was the dilemmas of a book nerd tag, and I have links to the original video down below. Thank you for watching.